Hello everyone. Hello my sweet littles. How are you doing today? Do you hear this? This is a kitten attacking my plants. He has decided that he wants to try to eat them. That is a no. He cannot eat them. Come here, pumpkin. Come on. You want to come sit with me? Come sit up here. Okay. So today we are going to be reading a really fun book. It is called Egbert, the Slightly Cracked Egg. And this one is by Tom Ross and it's illustrated by Rex Barron. And I cannot wait to read this book to you. It's an interesting one. We got this one a little bit later in Joshua's storybook adventures when he was growing up. But we went to the library book sale and found this book. And we love the library and we love the library book sale. Can't wait for that to start happening soon. At any rate, we found this one and it quickly became a favorite of ours, and it has a really beautiful message, and I hope that all of you will stay tuned to listen to this book. But before we do read this book, Pumpkin is obviously very interested in wanting pets right now, but before we do, I wanted to show you something. Look what I'm growing in my kitchen. Now, if you can look inside, can you almost see what this was? Can you guess? Well, it's white and you use it in cooking and it is called garlic. And sometimes you'll see a little garlic cloves have a little bit of a green sprout coming out of it. Don't throw it away. First of all, that green sprout and eating that is probably one of the more healthier, beneficial things that garlic can offer to you. It has many healing properties in that green part in the sprout. So please don't throw that away. Actually put that into your food and cook it if you wanted to cook it. Most people think that they need to take that part out. Please do not do that. Actually eat it. But this is a plant. And so that is the sprout that's coming out for it to produce a new plant. And so it now has become the seed and the little sprout has come out of it, and I put it into some soil and then covered it up. And every day I watered it and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it literally grew this much in one day. This much in one day. Took a little bit longer for the baby sprout to start sprouting to get to this tall, but in all total, it's only been 4.5 or so days. So in 1 week, we have grown a brand new garlic plant. This is amazing. You can do this in your kitchen. You can ask your mom and dad if you can look at the garlic and see if you see one sprouting. You can probably do it with one that's not sprouting yet. You can put it in a little bit of water and then see if it starts to shoot out a little green shoot. And if it does, you can put it in soil and watch it grow. So this is a beautiful thing. I hope that you'll try growing your own garlic. We'll have an adventure with this little garlic plant and you'll get to see how it grows and grows and grows into a much, much bigger plant. Well, let's put on some lavender and light our candle so we can get to our story. What did you all do today? Have you had an adventure yet today? Now while you're putting on your lavender or whatever scent that you're choosing, and if you don't have one, that's okay. I want you then to just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Have you done your yoga today? Have you done your breathing today? Let's take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Meditation and yoga and breathing and eating wonderful food and growing your own vegetables is very important. Let's read our story. Egbert, the slightly cracked egg. Do you see his crack? There's his crack. I'm going to move up a little bit so you can see me better. So here you can see there's a picture, and it's a painting of a rose in a vase, and the vase is slightly cracked. Here's a picture. There's the kitchen, the refrigerator, and the door is slightly open. There once was an egg named Egbert. He loved to paint beautiful pictures. So it looks like they're inside the refrigerator, and they're on one of the shelves. And here's a carrot peeking up over the shelf. Here's a bell pepper. Looks like there's some other things in the refrigerator, a mayonnaise jar, the egg carton. And look, here's Egbert concentrating very hard on painting a lovely picture. Egbert's painting always cheered up the other eggs in the refrigerator, but one day it was discovered that Egbert was slightly cracked. So here he is, drawing pictures of one of his friends, and there's the other friend eggs. And there they've discovered he's slightly cracked. What does that mean for him? I don't know. Let's find out. Eggs with cracked shells were not allowed to stay. Sadly, the other eggs told Egbert he would have to leave. Egbert waved goodbye to his old friends. He hunched his shoulders, what little shoulders he had, and pressed his shell together so that the crack almost disappeared. Almost. There they are telling him he has to go. And there he is trying hard as he could to push the crack together. Then he set out to look for a new place to live. All the drawers had labels, but none of them was right for Egbert. He knew that he would have to look harder. There had to be some place where he would fit in. So here you can see is the inside of the refrigerator, and there's a hand coming in for, it looks like maybe orange juice or milk. And you can see that the vegetables were all shouting at him, saying, no, 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 you can't come and be with us. They don't want a cracked egg. Now, typically, if a cracked egg is left out, then it starts to sort of decompose or rot and maybe not smell so good. And so perhaps this is the reason why they don't want him there, because then he would then ruin their own fruit or vegetable essence, right? But that's in real life, and this is a story. So let's find out what's going on in the story. Before long, Egbert came to a spot with a beautiful view. If only I could stay here, he thought. Then he had a great idea. No one had to know that he was an egg with a cracked shell. He would paint himself to look like the other things around him. He'd blend right in. So here he is on the windowsill, and he's looking out at the beautiful landscape. And then he has the idea. Wow, look what he's done. See the building? He's become part of the building, and the sky and the plants. He's camouflaged himself. But just as Egbert was thinking he'd found the perfect place, a potato plant happened to notice his crack. Split, the plant ordered. Egbert tried not to be discouraged. Maybe I'll have better luck outdoors, he said to himself. The only way down was to jump. So look here. So just like I sprouted a garlic, the person who lived in this house was trying to sprout the potato by putting it into some water. And see how they use the toothpicks to keep it kind of steady up. And there's the little shoots coming down in the water and some sprouts coming out the top. But Egbert was very sad because he's telling him that he needs to go. And there he is jumping down. Luckily, Egbert landed in a soft bed of flowers. He had never seen flowers before, but they smelled even better than butter and lettuce. Perhaps this is a perfect place for me, he thought. A dab here, a splotch there, and voila, Egbert was covered with flowers. So here's the scene. You can see all these beautiful flowers. Can you find Egbert? He's made himself look like a part of the garden with flowers on it. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, thank you. He's attacking my plant. No, thank you. Come down. Thank you. No. But late that afternoon, an angry bee discovered that you cannot get nectar from an egg. Again, Egbert was told to leave. It was getting dark, and he still had not found a place to live. Just when he was about to give up all hope, a glimmer of something caught his eye. There's a bee trying to get nectar from him, and that's not a flower, he's an egg. And here he is, finding something. No, thank you. Oh my goodness, he's really attacking the plants. Okay, let's keep him in my lap so he doesn't hurt the plants. And there he is. Something had caught his eye. What beautiful little lights, Egbert whispered. With all his might and twice his usual care, he climbed up the fence. Perfect, Egbert said when he was covered with stars. He found stars, and now he's covered in stars. But the next morning, when the night stars were gone, a cat discovered that Egbert was just an egg with a cracked shell. Scramble, said the cat. Egbert took a hard fall on the sidewalk. Now he was more cracked than ever. As it started to rain, he began to sob. He realized that no matter how he painted himself, he could not hide who he was. Finally, the rain stopped and the sun broke through a crack in the clouds. Egbert began to notice something he had never noticed his whole life. The world was full of cracks, all sorts of wonderful cracks. Maybe it's not such a bad thing to be slightly cracked, he thought. Here he is. And you see there's a crack in this formation of clouds, and then there's the sun streaming through. And here's Egbert coming to the realization that maybe he wasn't alone. Maybe cracks are beautiful. From then on, Egbert traveled around the world, making new friends and seeing famous cracked sights. So here he is, flying on a bird, but he's flying over something. Do you know what this place is called? This is called the Grand Canyon. It's a large crack in the earth that has made a canyon, and very, very, very big cracks all over this land. And here he is looking at a volcano that looks like they're in Hawaii, and there's a crack in the volcano. But he never forgot his friends back home. in the fridge, and he painted them beautiful postcards of his travels. That was kind of him. Even though they had asked him to leave, he still thought of them. And so here he is drawing the Grand Canyon and the volcano and the crack that he saw coming out of the clouds. Do you know what a postcard is? This is a postcard. It's where it's a picture, and on the back you can write a message to a friend or a loved one and put a stamp on it and then send it in the mail. That would be fun. I would love to get mail. I'd love to send mail to you. We'll have to figure that out. They were well and truly amazed. Excuse me, they were well and truly amazed. I read that correctly. And they missed him, if the truth be told. There they are, looking at his postcards. They posted them against, looks like some orange juice. There's a celery, and an egg, and a bell pepper, and some more eggs. And they were a little sad. They missed him. Oh, and look, this is another postcard. It's the Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell has a crack in it. To this day, Egbert does not regret being cracked. In fact, he's even a little proud of it. So he drew a self-portrait, and he's taking great pride in the crack because it has given him the adventure of a lifetime of discovering himself, but also discovering the world. Bum, bum. There he is painting the Liberty Bell. So each one of us is special, and we have our own uniqueness to us. We may have cracks, we may have bumps, we may have lots of different things that set us apart from everyone around us. And those are the things that truly make us beautiful. So embrace your cracks, my children, and go out and try to find the things that give you joy in this life. Use your imagination, create, and make sure that you love yourself above all else. I love you, and I can't wait to see you.